Welcome to the DL Gaming Podcast. I'm Bobby.
I'm Nick.
I'm Captain Hole in my toe. I've got a giant bandage around my foot. I had an ingrown toenail that I ignored for 2 weeks. Got infected. Went down, got it cut out. And now I look like I have a light bulb at the end of my foot.
You look like it's like a comical bandage.
Yeah,
like
dude.
Someone who doesn't know how to wrap a bandage
She
around
went a
you.
little hardcore, man. But it was
Dude,
supposed to last. It's because I think people, I mean, she knew that, you walk around a lot. Like fucking this bandage is going to take a lot of fucking damage. So you have to go hardcore.
Well, it's on a part of your foot that moves around a lot, so
Yeah.
bandages and got to stay tight.
Yeah.
Did they cut half of your toenail off or just all of it?
Half of it off. But they
Yeah.
didn't do I guess there's two versions of it. There's the fucking dig out. Dude, when they pulled this thing out and showed it to me, it was half the size of a guitar pick. That's what was sticking into my meat and moving around every time I took a step, dude.
Wow.
I couldn't believe the size of it. I honestly thought it was like sub 1 centimeter. Like I thought it was a little tiny hook that was tearing at my skin. No, it was fat. It was like my pinky nail was sticking sideways. That's what it was. It was insane. Anyway, welcome to the show about video games, guys. Hi.
We don't need feet to video game, dude. Play video games.
You never go feet to video game.
Come for the video game, stay for the feet. All right.
Yeah. So today on the show, we're gonna go through the radar and talk about our gamer of the week, Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance. Talk about what we played this week, and then try to sell you ourselves by mentioning the Patreon. And then we got a bunch of listener questions all coming up on the top of the show. Bobby, you want to do that thing you do?
That thing I do. So let's move to our on the radar section, games that have come to our attention recently. I wanted to talk about Alien's Fireteam Elite. We've talked about this game before. It is the cooperative, I think, 4-player game where you run around and you shoot aliens like any Alien video game, but it is the co-op game. The reason I bring this up again is it is coming out August 24th, the day this podcast releases.
I think it's 3 players.
Okay, 3?
That's
think.
weird.
I think
3 co-op?
I think it is. Anyway, it's funny because it's not yet, at least not on the West Coast, because I looked at it today and it still said pre-order. So maybe at a certain point today or it's time release. I'm not sure.
Well, it's August 24th, so Tuesday.
Oh, when this comes out. Sorry.
Talking in the future here.
Sorry, I wasn't really here. I can't.
But the game it's $40, which is kind of high for a game like this. Well, I don't know, Back for Blood 60, but and I have no idea what this game's like or or what kind of features it has, or it could justify the price. But I'm excited to see how people react to this. I'm not going to pre-purchase this, but I am watching it.
Like I said before, this is probably my favorite IP ever. So anything in this world is going to be pretty high on my list already. But I have low expectations, man. Like, just Alien Predator stuff generally sucks. I just already know in my heart that 80% of everything that comes out is going to suck. And it's unfortunate. But so I do not have high
the
hopes.
same fucking curse, man. Anything that comes out fucking sucks.
For what, Nick?
For Warhammer.
Oh, yeah.
The same thing.
Well, that's what happens when you have quantity, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you ever play the Aliens horror game in VR, Emilio?
No. Oh,
In VR.
Isolation?
No. That's another one
that's
you play, Bobby.
You should play that in
That
VR.
game is 25 hours
shit
long.
yourself.
I don't know if I want to do that. And
Yeah, but you can play the little version of it.
Oh yeah,
whatever
they've got like the shorter version of it you can play. And that is a great game, but it is too long. There is a lot of needless traversing over areas and retreading your steps. They could have cut that down a little bit.
And wasn't there a mod where even the developers went back and like added jumping so that you could get over little tiny things?
They might have. I played it right when it came out. I really enjoyed it, but I don't think I'd ever go back to it.
I can't believe I've never played it.
Well, it's one of those run and hide games too, and I'm totally over those.
Yeah, because you played all
it's kind of like an Outlast copy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which there's another one of those. We should probably talk about it next week. We're going to be on October next week? No, not yet.
Are we doing? Are we planning to do a horror game for October for Game of the Week?
We usually
Or
do
2
something.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yep.
Yeah. So for my game for this week on the radar is 12 minutes, and the cast is fucking cool. You have James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe, and apparently it's a loop game. It's already out. It's on Game Pass. Um, you play this loop where you get murdered over and over again, and apparently it's like a puzzle game, and it's all about the voice acting and the acting itself. You manage this room from like the top view, and like that's the whole look. And so it's pretty crazy. Like the trailer and the audio for it, you'd have to watch it with the audio, but it looks really cool.
So you're trying to maybe prevent your murder or solve it?
Yeah, so when you're looking here, like you look at everything that just happened on the screen, right? Like you can make the 12 minutes happen, like go differently.
Yeah.
And so I guess you're just reliving those 12 minutes over and over and over and over and over again until you can figure out how not to die.
Okay,
That's
so
pretty
like
good.
like Live, Die, Repeat, or what was that Tom Cruise movie?
They changed it. It was Live, Die,
Edge of
Repeat,
Tomorrow.
and then there was also Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah. But I mean, it's Groundhog's Day, but it's good that they made it 12 minutes because that's how you gamify Groundhog's Day. A whole day would be way too long for a video game.
Yeah.
So this is perfect. Yeah, I saw this on my feed today actually. Yeah, it's interesting. I like new ideas.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass, so pick it up. Fuck, I downloaded it for Leslie because we just set up her gaming rig upstairs and ran 200 feet of Cat 6 cable all the way up there. So it's pretty awesome.
No Wi-Fi, huh?
No, we have Wi-Fi, but like for some odd reason, when it gets all the way up there, it's just super intermittent. We have so many devices on the Wi-Fi too. So
I just looked at my schedule and I only have 11 minutes available next week, so that's going to be a no on this.
but it's
Nick, what about the Wi-Fi mesh? Have you thought about that? Because
I thought about it, but
so I
it's,
have the
it's
Google
just like
ones, and then if you plug directly into a node, say right next to your Leslie's, you're going to get 100 megabytes per second on it, which isn't the
So-
greatest ever.
that's my whole internet, dude.
Oh, then
I
there you
have
go.
shit internet out here.
Then
It's
you would
100
be-
megabytes a second.
It's the same thing as running a cable through your house then, without
What do you
having to
call it? So Comcast charges for their nodes, and it's a monthly rental fee, and they charge you even for using non-Comcast shit.
No, but I feel like, oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that's like your local area network. I would think you'd be able to set that up without them even knowing.
Yeah, because that's after your
maybe.
modem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a look at it, dude. Because for your house, you'd only need 2 nodes. You can get 2 for $150, and yeah, it's going to be the same thing, and you don't have a wire going through your whole house.
Okay, I'll
Yep.
check it out.
Yep. So I've got 3 things. I have Psychonauts 2, which I've talked about twice this year already. It's coming out in like 4 days on Game Pass. So fucking dope. I'm so excited about this. I've looked at some video, checked out some stuff. So this game is largely, for me, it's, largely about 2 different things. It's the level design. This is my go-to bar. This is the bar had been set at Psychonauts 1 because you're going into these people's minds as a psychic, and their personalities reflect what their level is like. So you have a very strict drill sergeant dude. So his level, that's the first level. It's all like military and bombs and tanks and stuff, but a very cartoony, like weird, strange version of it. And then you're there to like clear out the cobwebs. Bobby, is that right? Do you remember? It was like their dark past. You have to find it because they hide it behind a bunch of defensive walls, and then it has a lot of metaphor, but you're also like physically going through these things and fighting their inner demons and all this stuff. So you can do a lot of stuff with the level design there, and they did, and they executed, and it was amazing. So that's what I'm really hoping for here. That's one of the parts that makes Psychonauts great. The second is the mechanics. Being psychic, you have like telekinesis, pyrokinesis. What else does he have? He has levitation, and and like a couple more, 5 different abilities from the first game, and they're adding 3 new ones for this game. On top of that, they're adding gadgets, which have their own mechanics on top of that. So, I mean, to call it a platformer is, yeah, that's what it is, but it goes so much more deep than that because there's so many mechanics, so many ways to traverse a certain area. And that area might not even make sense in the first place because it doesn't follow the rules of physics. So, yeah, looking forward to this one. There's like a psychedelic gun that makes things psychedelic, slows them down.
Yeah, the
That's
first
pretty interesting.
Psychonauts, great game.
Yeah,
I still have to finish that game.
I finished it. I think in not one sitting, but like it's the only game I played until I finished it. And you can buy it on Steam now. I hope it runs fine. There was some issues running it originally before it was on Steam, but yeah, I think it's a. Oh, you can get it for 99 cents right now. They're promoting it,
Oh,
so why not?
Hmm.
99 cents, and it's a good game that still holds up.
cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Tetris Effect Connected. Apparently, this game called Tetris Effect had come out, and it rave reviews, overwhelmingly positive, all that stuff. And then Connected came out, which is their they added multiplayer. It's $30 for a Tetris game, which is a hefty price tag.
It's a
But
VR Tetris game, by the way.
yeah, you can't play Connected VR, but the original Tetris Effect you can play VR. And so I'm like, why? What's all the fuss about? So I look into it. Tetris Effect is actually a condition that popped up in the 80s or whatever when people were playing Tetris, where people played so much that they started seeing the blocks when they weren't playing the game. It's kind of one of those things like you close your eyes and you can still see the blocks. My sister said that she used to be able to see Amy. She used to play so much Pac-Man when she closed her eyes, she could see the level. It's like, goddamn, girl, fuck, easy on the Pac-Man. But anyway,
You sure
so
it was Pac-Man, man?
this guy, this designer, this game designer, I guess he's known for making like trippy, emotional, and like audio games where everything comes together. So apparently, if you play this game in the dark, there's kind of like this. What it's trying to do is start this like a out of body experience where you just kind of like become one with the game, and apart from everything else. And just reading that, I mean, you can write that all day that's what you're trying to do, but then you started reading some of the reviews and people are saying that actually happened. I'm like, fuck, that is dope. I could only imagine playing it in VR too. So anyway, Tetris isn't really my thing, but it's like, I asked Sam if she likes Tetris. She's like, I fucking love it. And I was like, wow, VR sitting right there. $30 sitting right there. Maybe.
Leslie loves Tetris, and we got this on PlayStation, and we were talking about getting this one on PC because it's multiplayer.
Mm.
The effect that you're describing, I wonder how much of it is due to it being on VR. Like, would you get the same experience?
The effect.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like that out-of-body experience. Like, would you be able to get that if you weren't playing this on VR?
From what I read, it was an IGN review. He was just talking about playing it in a dark room on a screen, like regular. So, I think it's intended to be psychedelic, and sometimes it pulls it off. He said as soon as he finished it, because there's only 16 levels, as soon as they finished it on normal, he went to expert. And that's saying something on a game, when you just finish and you're like, fuck it, Game Plus right now. Last game is another trippy little game. Weird thing. It's called Road 96. It reminded me a little bit of Life is Strange, but this is a hitchhiking game where you are hitchhiking in a totalitarian country, and you're trying to get to the border, I guess, to defect, and you're hitchhiking across the state, I guess. But it's procedurally generated, supposedly. I mean, what I think that means is they have chunks of game and they give it to you in different orders every time you play. That's what I'm guessing, because every person that picks you up has their own little story and background. And then there's all these like side quests and all kinds of shit. ensues. But I thought it was just a great way of telling a story. You know, the whole hitchhiking
Do
thing
people
is
still
just
hitchhike?
no.
I feel like our generation was raised and taught that hitchhiking you absolutely don't do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wasn't
There's
hitchhiking big in like the '60s to get to Woodstock and shit?
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah,
it
like the 60s or the 70s. Just jump in a cab with a trucker.
Jesus Christ.
there's this rich guy. I don't know what to call him. He's kind of a personality or was David Cho, and he's got crazy stories. Look into him if you want. But he hitchhiked everywhere he ever went, like throughout, like for years. Just went adventuring and never had. He only had one bad experience the entire time, where some guy tried to rape him and his friend. But besides that, it was great.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
what a cool idea, huh?
Yeah, it's a cool idea. I remember this game. When they announced all those new games like a month ago or so, I remember seeing this one. It looked really interesting.
Yeah. It's also a French developer. Can you click on DigixArt? What else have they made?
Digixart.
1111 Memories Retold, Lost in Harmony. Not recognizing any of these.
Life is Strange is also a French. So I think this is kind of like two studios, but I'm going to go ahead and say that's kind of like a French type of video game. This like storytelling, story first kind of storytelling or game making. But yeah, there we go.
All right.
Now let's get into our highlights where games we've actually played.
Do we want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons
we
Dark
do.
Alliance?
Yeah,
Okay.
I try to go out on a limb and do something right, Bobby, and you cut me down.
It's because our show notes are different now, so
Yeah.
it's easy to miss.
It's literally what he's saying is it's not in the exact order we talk about it in, and I'm too dumb to fucking follow.
Maybe if we made it bold or a different color.
Yeah.
I played very little of this, so I'll just start off with my first impressions here. It's a pretty standard RPG game, and there's a lot of different combos. I, of course, picked the dwarf. I really didn't like how you were locked into a character. You couldn't affect any of your stats. You can, of course, switch out your gear, but you can't affect any of your stats at all.
Yeah, you can. You every time you level, you put your stats up.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I mean like when you roll the character.
Oh, yeah. There's no...
Yeah, like in actual Dungeons and Dragons, you can't build your character with stats.
One of the greatest things about Dungeons and Dragons is making whatever you want, right? But they take that away from you right away. You're either ranger, which kind of plays more like a rogue, an archer, which falls under the fighter category, a barbarian. What's the last one?
The dwarf. It's
the dwarf. Yeah, which is a paladin, Bobby, or is he?
Yeah, he's a little more defensive.
Yeah.
He's got a shield. He's got a lot of you do a lot of. Well, I imagine all the characters do this parrying and.
So you only played single player, I'm guessing, Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you're not supposed to play the game like that, I assume.
Yeah,
no, you're not.
This is made for a 4-player, co-op experience moving through an area. I did play the majority of this single player though, just because I had a hard time. Like, I play at odd hours, I guess, because I'm playing 8, 9 p.m. West Coast, which is like night time for the rest of the country, and so I had a hard time getting into games. And when I did, man, the net code was awful, really bad.
Oh man, let me tell you, it's not just the net code. It is in single player. It's bad too, like the hit detection and all that shit. I actually bought and returned this game after like an hour and 20 minutes.
It was on Gamepass, man.
I know. I'm dumb.
It's free, and I still returned it.
Dude,
I got my money back.
We're not talking about it this week, but me, Nick, JP Diddy, and Chad all played at the same time, all on Steam. Meanwhile, it's sitting there free on Game Pass. Like $80 they just could have gone somewhere. Or more than 80. I think they're 40 each. I don't remember. So anyway, let's not drag this out. It's not a very good game. When I played it single player, I was having an okay time. Then when I played it the way it's meant to be played, it completely fell apart. Like it's terrible. It's really bad. Hit detection, people jumping around, rubber banding, just all the. Oh, and matchmaking's terrible too. I got paired with these super high level guys that were glowing, and they just ran. They literally ran through the level, not fighting things. And I'm just like, hey, hold on, guys, and we're getting one shot over and over and teleporting to them. It was a terrible experience. I would, yeah.
Stay away from
So
this one. Yeah, so the reviews are not good. On Steam and everywhere else, the reviews are pretty bad. It looks like it's a lot of technical bugs that people are complaining about, but also some gameplay things as well. But mostly just this game has got some technical issues.
That's the worst part, dude, because they put in all the work. The game is pretty much done. It just needs to be smoothed out. You know, there's enough game there. The graphics are there. I thought the level design was pretty decent. I thought, where the little hidden gems around certain corners and stuff, I thought they hid the things nice, grandiose Dungeons and Dragons, like fucking Lord of the Rings shit. You walk into grand halls, and the cinematics were cool. Like the whole game's there, but technically you didn't pull it off. That's sadder than an outright shitty game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like I don't even have to ask, but Bobby, yay or nay?
It's definitely going to be a nay for me.
Emilio, yay or nay?
Yeah, it's a big no. Stay away from this one, unfortunately.
It's 0 out of 3 for Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance.
So does that reflect poorly on me and my game choice?
Hey, we tried
you're
something
banned
out.
now forever, but
Yeah.
just kidding. This week it's me, right?
Think so?
Yeah. So you're doing Psychonauts 2, right?
Huh?
You're picking Psychonauts 2, right?
Yes, I was actually legitimately going to pick Psychonauts.
Oh shit!
2, even though,
Nice.
yeah, no, it's free on Game Pass. It seems like a fun story-based game. Hopefully, we can all beat it within time. If not, get through a lot of it.
Let's definitely plan on 2 weeks on that one. Then.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a 2-weeker again because it's a story game.
Yeah. Cool.
Talking about games that we played, not because we have a moral obligation to do so. I want to talk about an experience that me, Diddy, and Emilio had. We have show notes, right? And for my show notes, it says I have Diablo 2, and then a comma, and then the meaning of the word revenge. And so Emilio goes, "Hey, let's play some Magic." And so for the first time in my life, I play Magic against
Wrong, dude. Christmas, fucking like 7 years ago, you brought out your cards, and I wiped the floor with you with your own cards, and you took it pretty hard, dude. Pretty hard. I knew you were gonna pull this shit, and so I want to bring that out right now. I beat you with your own cards. Did it happen or not?
It's 7 years later.
Did it happen or not?
I've gathered all that anger for 7 years.
I've been sharpening my cards like a katana of revenge.
But no, there's actually, it was great to play with people I know because not many people play it besides some of the guys on the Discord. Burn, we still got to play. It's a testament to people playing the game too much and having too many cards because Emilio's a great player, but if we have the same cards, I'm pretty sure you'd probably either beat me or it would be a back and forth.
Yeah,
but I just want to mention it was 8 victories out of 9 games for me, and it was one win for Emilio. So,
but you've also dropped like $400 in this, and I'm not going to say like I did say any deck can win any time, but the odds are very heavily stacked in your favor.
And the one time you won was when I only drew 1 land.
Yeah.
But it's still good to play. Like you can re-upload the default decks that they give you. And so even if you're just going to play with friends and you don't want to be super try hard, you want to play a deck you've never played before, you can just because you can upload decks. You just copy and paste the deck list, and you click the little buttons that says import in the deck tab, and imports all the all the cards that you that you copied, and it just builds the deck for you. So
Is
yeah,
it
it's pretty cool.
with Magic? I haven't played much, but is it kind of rock paper scissors? Like, do you find out? Oh, this guy's got this deck. I'm going to lose. Why even play this game out?
Because so if you're playing for realsies,
Mm-hmm.
there's a sideboard, right? Which is 15 cards outside of the game. That after your first game, you can bring in cards and pull some out, kind of like an audible in football.
Oh, okay.
So once this guy's playing a goblin deck, I'm gonna put 4 Wrath of Gods in my deck because that wipes the playing field of creatures. Or something like that. Or this guy's playing a blue gate. There's cards that are specifically to fuck blue,
Okay.
like kill creature. If that creature is blue, make it explode.
So you can put these cards in there to kind of prevent these one-trick ponies from
Right.
taking every game.
Yeah,
Exactly, and that's why it's a best of 3 in most like standard tournaments. It's
Mhm.
because so everybody has like a standard. How do I say it? Like way to win, right? You can get the opponent down to 0 health by hitting them with creatures, but there's other ways to win, like making someone deck out. That means they can't, draw any more cards, therefore they lose. The other way is like to prevent somebody from playing by countering their spells. And so if they can't play anything and you just keep countering and everything, and you win that way. There's a thousand ways really to win, but usually in tournaments or like in like the competitive bracket, there's what is called the top 8, and the top 8 is the top 8 seats at a tournament, and so it lists all the top decks from that tournament, and usually people will play those top decks if they have no like creative mind. And you'll know exactly what's in people's decks because you know that people go to top 8 and they buy all those cards in real life, or they make all those cards in Magic the Gathering Arena. And for some people, it's pretty easy because you go, okay, I know this guy is running 4 of this creature, and so I can look out for that. I can wait until they play that creature, and then I can do this. For me, I try to play decks that are not in the top 8. Like I played Emilio with a colorless deck, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And it worked out really well.
yeah, for you.
Yeah.
But what he's saying is like in your sideboard, your 15 side, you're gonna be ready for those 8 other decks.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about if you're playing fucking tournaments and shit. We're just playing for fun. We don't even sideboard, but we will play
we
a
don't even
2 out of
sideboard. We just play to talk and really
and shoot
just
the
talk.
shit. Yeah, you're literally the only person from the DLG community that's beat me decisively, and you're my nephew, and you're on the podcast. It's just fucking bullshit. I could completely lie about everybody else. Oh yeah, fucking no. You were the one. You were the one.
I recorded all of it too, just to have in my little victory bin. I didn't record anything.
Yeah.
But no, it was awesome to play. Bobby, you should play sometime. Don't spend any money. Just play with the free cards.
It's the
It's
real
fun.
trick, isn't it? Yeah, man, I like Magic. I've been watching. I haven't been playing, but I've been watching a lot of SWCCG games, Star Wars CCG, because they redid the it. Everything that they do is all done by volunteers, so it happens very slowly. But they redid the card table in that, and they did it with Unity that plays right in the browser. So it basically looks like you're playing on Tabletop Simulator. It looks so much better, and they even added little animations when you like lightsaber somebody, so it looks great. But I've been watching a lot of that game again. But that game can be a little rock paper scissors, and they developed something later called shields that counter a lot of the one trick ponies and the more cheesy tactics of the game. But Magic is just so mainstream. It's very rare to find somebody else who plays that Star Wars game, but you can talk to any nerd about Magic. So I've always been interested in it, and at the last DLG con is where I first learned to play actually. But and there's way better tools to play that online as well.
Yeah, you can even play on your phone too, which is great.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
don't
like
like
we should
playing
be like
anything on my
officially
phone. Does
sponsored
anyone
by.
play Hearthstone anymore? That's the real question.
I booted it up the other day, and I was just like, so much has changed. Like it's Hearthstone is literally pay to win in most cases because you can't. It's I don't know, man. Like there's no real like catch up mechanic to play like the standard play. Like you can play the historic play, which is like you play every card ever in existence besides the banned ones. But
Mhm.
it still has the core mechanics and stuff. But there's card. My thing is like when you play a card game, you want some background knowledge of certain things that work and certain things that don't. Like you want to be like, oh, that's a bear. That bear is 2/2 and it's 2 mana. But like when you go back to Hearthstone, you're like, I don't know what that fucking tentacle monster is. Now I got to read this all over again. Oh fuck! Like, and
I feel like they
it's
did a
pretty
good job
interesting.
of explaining a lot of that, but I know what you're talking about with the pay to win because the last time that I was into Hearthstone was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I just went online. I looked up like what's a good deck, and I did like a Murloc Paladin deck,
Oh
which
yeah, I know that deck.
it's not like the best deck out there, but I think I bought $30 or $40 worth of packs and just
Uh,
opened them and until I got everything I needed and did whatever you have to do in that game where you like crush the cards that you have to turn them into dust and
into gems,
build
yeah.
and build whatever you need. So I was able to make the deck that I looked up on the net. I played with it for a while and I had some fun, but it just I don't know, man. I miss the days before the internet where you and everything was digital and you could just look up any deck and create it with a price tag.
Yeah, there's a lot of like guff. It's a point of contention between Magic players. Like when you go to a local tournament and someone's playing with a $900 deck, and it's not because they paid $900 for it. It's like you lack the creativity to play with a deck that you came up with yourself. Like you have to look up on it on top eight, and because it's on the top eight, you have to pay even more for those cards just because some guy won a GP with it. And what's funny is that sometimes people do that, right? They'll show up with that like Chungo deck that won, $30,000 or whatever the fuck, and then
Yeah.
someone will just make a deck to counter it.
Yeah, there's that. Like a lot of times, four people will show up with this top deck, and there'll just be a counter deck to it that that's not very good about anything else. But a lot of the time, dude, I would rather win 25% less if with a self-made deck than go look one up. 100%.
Yep. Yeah,
And it
I'm the
makes me
same
feel
way.
so much better, dude. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. What else have you played
So,
this week?
God, it's fucking like Warhammer and Magic were mixed, and now we just every week. Just
Oh no,
fucking,
they are getting mixed, my friend. Yeah. Well,
Right here
the
on this
next set
podcast.
is
Oh yeah,
going
you
to have
told me about
Warhammer
that.
stuff in it.
Yeah, right here on this podcast. Where we at?
Highlights. We're talking about the games that we have played.
Yeah, I know, but who wants to go next?
Team Fortress 2. What's going on there?
All right. So I played some Team Fortress 2.
It's
this
funny,
week.
I ain't getting an invite.
Well, I just dipped in to see how it would go. I ended up spending quite a bit of time. So the big news about Team Fortress 2 recently is that they've really cleaned up a lot of the bots. And I said the last time I played TF2, maybe about a year ago, that the game is absolutely amazing. It's the best version of it that's ever existed, except for the bots. The bots are so annoying because they just keep coming in and you just keep having to boot them. So I was excited when I heard that they had done something about that problem. It still exists. It's not gone.
Now we're just talking about like filler people, right? When like it's 8 versus 8, and 4 of them are humans. The rest is just gonna be
No, we're
filler.
talking about hackers.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
cheaters. Yeah, and they'll often have bot in the name. They come in, and there's always the sniper, and then they headshot you like instantly like that. And you can always tell they're bots because they look up and twirl around. Yeah, it's just someone running a script. It was a huge problem, and these guys would come into the game, and it was just like constantly you'd have to kick them. You'd have to initiate a kick vote. It still kind of exists because there was one bot the day that I was playing, and I think the day after, there was one bot that kept coming up, but he came in and he was just mic spamming music. He wasn't hacking. He was just mic spamming. And it was the same thing. Comes in, kick, rejoins like 5 minutes later, kick. So I guess it's better, but it's still, I don't know why it's like we've kicked this guy 3 times. Maybe you could tell the server to like,
Auto ban.
yeah, just like not let them in here anymore. But it's still such a great game, man. I really enjoy this game. I could literally play this for like hours and the time just flies right by.
100%.
So if anyone wants to play, let me know.
I want to play.
We should all. We did play, I think, last time, maybe about a year ago.
Yeah.
And I think Christian played for the first time.
I think I played with you guys too, like for like an hour, and I was heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a
Or
really
else Scout,
satisfying
so-
match. God, I can't. I think I was playing medic, and it was very obvious that we weren't getting anything done. And I switched to a heavy and kind of single-handedly won the round there. It was great. It's nice you can still do that in that game.
Yeah.
You know, Bobby doesn't brag often, but when he does, he
knows
makes
what
sure
he's
that
good
it's-
at.
Only with TF2. That's like the one game I can brag about.
Yeah, but I'll play. Just gotta set a
This
date.
game's 20 gigs
Was-
too. I'm surprised at how big it is.
Jeez.
When I installed it, it's like, damn, 20 gigs. Okay.
So I played a game called Bloodroot. I actually put it on the radar a couple months ago. It is kind of like a Hotline Miami with mixed in with I don't know, a real cartoony version of it, and the camera angle is slightly askew. And so it's all about like going in and slaughtering people as quickly as possible and trying to combo it up and making it gruesome. The art style kind of reminds me of like Samurai Jack or something like that. And I was having a good time. Like it has very good reviews, and everything was going great. I was played for maybe an hour, hour and a half, and then I hit either a game-breaking bug, or after 30 years of playing video games, I didn't know what to do. Like I finished the level, I didn't know where to go. The arrow that tells you where to go for the next area was pointing straight down into like the dirt, and I was like, I don't know. And so then I restarted the level. I redid the level, stopped the game, loaded the game again. No idea. I have no idea what I was supposed to do there. Zero. But the game was fun. I don't know if you'll run into that problem. Probably not, because it's got good reviews. I feel like it would be review bombed if everybody was having the issue I did. So it's all melee attacks, and I think that was one of the bigger faults from the game. When you're playing, what was I just talking about? God damn it. The Hotline Miami. Yeah, you have the option to do melee or just throw the thing, which, it's like it's a give and take. If I throw the weapon I have in my hand.
Well, there's also guns in Hotline Miami.
There's also guns, yeah. I didn't get to that point, and I don't think there's going to be. This is kind of like medieval-ish. But yeah, you can throw things in that game, and it adds a lot to the fun, because you're giving up your weapon, but you're killing somebody at range. And this game didn't have that. I feel like it could really get a lot out of it. But there is melee weapons everywhere, and they look different, and they add different kind of kill methods. Like spears do different than swords.
It seems like there's a lot of environmental stuff. Like you can jump on a wheel or a barrel and roll that towards someone, or like a wagon and push that into characters.
Yep. Or you pick up a ladder, you swing the ladder around your head, and that's kind of like a combo attack. All kinds of stuff. It's just like fast-paced mayhem. But unfortunately, I couldn't continue to play. I don't know if it would have been a recommend either way. I think there's better stuff out there. Hotline Miami, I think it was probably better.
What was the price for it?
$20.
It's on.
I don't know about for 20, maybe 5 or 10.
It's on Game Pass though. That's where I play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Dude, there's so much stuff on Game Pass now. I'm like, every time I want to buy something, I'm just gonna like go to Game Pass and peruse.
Game Pass and search for it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
not just search for it, but just peruse what's available and be like, oh, this will fill that niche, I did buy a game today though. First game in a long time. I bought Shield Wall. It was $8, and we've talked about it on the podcast before. So,
is that on the thing on the show notes?
No, because I haven't played it. I just bought it today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick,
What's up, dude?
what do you got?
Dude, I played Diablo 2.
So did I.
God damn. It is
Old as fucking balls, dude.
Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is.
So did you play in the enhanced version, Amelia, or did you play in the retro version?
I played the beta, whatever was available on Blizzard.net.
Were
or
you
whatever.
playing with like modern graphics, or were you playing with like the 1991 graphics?
It didn't look good, dude.
Are you serious? I
Yeah.
was I was playing with like those are the new graphics right now. They look great comparatively.
Yeah, comparatively, dude. But compared it to Diablo 3, why the fuck am I gonna play this? Like,
Because Diablo 2 doesn't fucking hold your hand like Diablo 3 does.
it can go fuck itself, dude. It's just too old. Like it has.
Nah, man. This is where like the old person is now arguing with the young person about the old game now. Dude, the fact that you can play 8 players is way awesome. You can it's just I don't know. It may be because I've never really played Diablo 2, and when I did, I was a dumbass kid, didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But it just seems way harder. So
Than like a standard hack and slash.
yeah, exactly. Like Diablo 3, there's a point where you die in one hit, and if like the things you're trying to do is trying to run the level as fast as you can, and you know if that you see one type of enemy, you instantly can't get the fastest run, and so you're like, I don't know. It's Diablo 3 is so repetitive. Maybe because I put like over 200 hours in it.
It might
I
do
don't
it,
like
dude.
it.
It might do it. That might be the case.
Yeah, it might be the case, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's a breath of fresh air. Diablo 2 is, I should say.
Weird because it's old air, you know.
Yeah, it's old air. It's old stinky air.
Yeah, man. I played it for like an hour with JP Diddy, one of my favorite people to play video games with, and
Yeah, because it doesn't kick your ass in Magic.
still hasn't. Poor guy. He keeps going back
Poor
to the
guy.
drawing
You were
board.
talking shit too. You're like, I beat you, and you're like, Diddy, you couldn't do this or whatever the fuck you said. I was like, damn, fool. Asshole.
Yeah, man. For me, the mechanics and the progression system. Yes, sure, it was the genesis of all this stuff, but fuck off. I'm not gonna play this old shit. Sorry, I don't have the nostalgia for it.
Not gonna play this old shit.
No.
I tried to play Diablo 2 a year ago, I think, and it was before the Resurrected version came out, and I got like 5 minutes into it. I didn't even make it like out of the village. It was just way too old.
Yeah.
Because on those old games, the camera's pulled way further back in this new version here, so you can see a lot more of the
Yeah.
environment. But those old games, we don't remember because we were playing on like 800 by 600 screens, but
Yeah.
they were so close up.
The real thing that shines in the graphic wise here is the particle physics, like the portals, the magic, the fire. Like those are
Yeah.
modern. Those are modern graphics, and everything else is just like shiny turds.
Bobby, is this going to make you pick this up now that it's all shiny
No
turd?
interest. I think I was talking about this before the show. I never played a lot of Diablo 2 back in the day, or Diablo 1. Like I knew people that did. I was aware of it. I may have tried it out, but I have no nostalgia for that game. Just Warcraft.
So funny. So,
Warcraft is so good too, though. I love Warcraft.
Bobby, how was Free Guy? I've heard good things.
Good things.
Dude, I watched that movie too.
Oh,
Holy
you
shit.
saw it? Did you go to a movie theater to see it? Because I
Yep.
think that's the only way you can see it right now.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty fucking good, man.
Can we turn Nick down? He's like hurting my ears.
Yeah, or Nick, maybe if you back up off the mic, you're clipping a little bit.
Sorry.
I know you're getting excited,
Better
dude. I know.
Yeah.
There's
need
no
to hear me
Snickers. There's
breathe
no Snickers
my
in that
sick
microphone,
breath.
dude.
I am sick.
So yeah, Free Guy's pretty good, man. Like, there's a stigma about video game movies that they're just not good. This isn't,
But this is video game adjacent, right?
yeah, this isn't about, the source material is not a video game, although Free City the game is very much based off of Grand Theft Auto. So the plot, but there's a bigger plot going on, like an A story, B story type thing. So Ryan Reynolds plays this guy named Guy, and he's just an NPC in a world that keeps, he works in a bank. It keeps getting robbed because that's one of the missions. He doesn't realize that, but he slowly starts to break out of that. But the big story happening outside of this is that there are these indie developers that created this really unique peaceful game that doesn't you don't go around killing people, but the AI in the game grows and mutates and makes their own decision and basically becomes the first conscious artificial intelligence kind of thing, you know. And that code gets stolen by an evil AAA video game company ran by Taika
like it.
Waititi. Yeah,
I like
it's very
Dude,
topical.
it's
It's very topical for right now. And what's
Oh,
weird,
Taika fucking.
Taika Waititi.
dude,
yeah,
he's the
the
best bad
director
guy
as well?
ever.
No, he's not the
so
director.
fucking
Oh.
He plays
funny,
the bad
man.
guy. Yeah, and he's hilarious, of course. But as topical as this feels, because they really take some shots at AAA video game companies, like violent video games, and just like kind of the sexism in video games. Yeah, microtransactions. Like they take shots at all the things that's like part of the discussion now. But this game was supposed to come out a year or two ago. There's a cameo by Alex Trebek, so he was alive when they shot this.
Jesus,
But
I forgot about that.
yeah. So this movie was made a while ago and it's kind of been on the shelf because of COVID, but I think it's actually doing really well because it came out right now and it feels a little more topical, and also because it's only in theaters. So it's doing very well in the box office. Now it's
Ryan Reynolds can almost do no wrong recently.
yeah,
right?
and he's doing his whole Ryan Reynolds thing. Like the internet loves him. So
He's so aware of what he is,
mhm.
and he uses it to the extent. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
he knows exactly. Yeah, he knows
Yeah.
exactly what's up, and he uses it
Yeah,
to
and
maximum effect.
It really helps this movie because any movie you make like this about video games is just inherently cringy, because they're trying to comment on gamers, and that never really goes well. But he cuts down on that, and it does a good job of.
So you're
dealing
saying
with
it's better than Pixels, is what you're saying?
It's a lot better than
Oh.
Pixels. But it's got cameos
Insulting.
by all sorts of people, YouTubers and streamers. There's Ninja, Pokimane, Jacksepticeye, some guy named Tim TDM. I don't know who that is.
I'm so glad.
He's an Australian streamer, isn't he? I don't know.
I might be. I don't know.
I'm so glad that Pokemon's finally getting some recognition and money for her good looks. That's great. Good job, Pokemon.
Okay.
Good. Keep it up.
Keep it up.
But yeah, so they make like cameos in there, and it's very aware of Twitch culture. And a surprise cameo at the end, which I guess is kind of a spoiler, so I don't know if I should mention it.
Dude, I might take the family out for this one.
Dude,
It's a good
take 'em
time.
out.
It's a good
Take 'em
time.
out.
I think it's PG-13, so it's not like inappropriate.
They say the F word once.
What? Why is your girlfriend in a trench coat mafia over there? Fucking sniper. What's going on? She's wearing-
It's called a dress, dude. You haven't
Oh,
seen
it
one
looks like
recently?
a trench coat for me. Sorry to derail the entire game, the entire show. Yeah, I want to see this.
Yeah, there was the secret cameo at the end got the biggest reaction in the theater. Again, I talked about this on Movies on the DL. I recently started going back to the
Is
theaters.
this Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder version or level?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't remember the cameo you're talking about.
It's
Then
very
no.
short. It's a reaction shot when he pulls out the shield.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Like-
there's multiple of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cameos. So The Rock does a voice in this. Hugh Jackman does a voice in this. I don't think they were actually on set being the actors, but there's a lot of, it cuts back and forth between the game world and reality. So there's a lot of like animated characters and people doing voices for it.
Have you followed at all Hugh Jackman's and
Oh, that little tiff they got going back and forth.
yeah, but it's not real.
Yeah.
And it started all between Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really funny. If you know nothing about this, just look up their Twitter war that they've had, and they just they drop in on each other's interviews and just kind of like photo bomb. It's pretty great.
Mhm.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, this was getting laughs in the theater. So, I mean, I think it's,
People are ready to laugh, Bobby.
it's time to heal.
It's time to heal.
Yeah, and what better movie to do it with than Free Guy? I mean, when it comes to video game movies, this is top tier.
Yeah, definitely top tier.
So Honey Heist. It's funny because I've talked about it extensively before the podcast already. I'm just excited about these things. They're cool. I just learned about them. They are one-shot RPGs. Oh, thanks, Zap, You're the one who told me about it, and then after you told me about it, I listened to people. This is how nerdy I am. This is how Inception level nerd I am. I listen to people playing RPGs on podcasts. That's what I do, so I don't go crazy.
You
So
sound like a girl on like Tinder, like, oh my god, I'm so nerdy.
so in general, that really got Christian. We lost our producer. You're making it laugh too hard, dude. I listen to Critical Role, and they play a lot. But then they every once in a while they do a one shot, and they've done Honey Heist 3 times because it's gone so well. It's a RPG, imagination based like D&D. There's only one page of rules. That's it. The whole game's right there. It's really up to the D&D to set up the to the DM to set up the world beforehand, so he can kind of like decide how intricate this whole thing is going to be. But basically, you're playing as bears that can't speak English, but you're in a human world, and you have to steal honey from the HoneyCon 2021. And you roll dice to figure out what your roles are going to be. So you have like the muscle, the driver, the face, the brains. These are all possible roles that you can get, and all you're rolling is a 6-sided die. That's it. That's all there is to it. And then there's things that happen throughout the game that make you more bear-like or more criminal-like. But if you become too criminal, you get arrested, and if you become too bear, you get picked up by animal services. So you want to have a healthy balance between the two, and it's hilarity is almost baked in. It's just like I just played one single game because I want to play this at DLG Con, and I wanted to practice my DMing skills. So I just played one-on-one with Mila because Sam was like, "That sounds ridiculous." So I played one-on-one with Mila, and we were laughing like belly laughs within like a couple minutes because she rolled double hats, and then she rolled double cowboy hats. So her black bear that was a washed up criminal, that's what she rolled, had 2 cowboy hats on for no reason and was really good at riding her bicycle. So like that was all within 10 minutes, or 5 minutes. And then funny enough, so you don't want to roll high in this game, you want to roll low. It doesn't matter why. But the die that she had was a loaded die. It rolls 6 like 40% of the time. So it's really bad. And so within 5 minutes, she was dead. She got picked up by animal services. And I was like, you are incredibly unlucky. And she was really sad. She really likes to win things. And I was trying to help her out as much as possible. So then I start rolling this die, and it's hitting 6, dude. Like let's go to Vegas. Like this die is the motherfucker.
Yeah. Let's go to Vegas. Let's go to the craps table. Hey guys, can we play with this die right here?
This die right
specific
here.
One. Can we play with this one?
So I threw that thing in the garbage, dude. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to playing it again. Actually, I want to try to convince Bobby to play after this podcast, but we'll see.
We'll see if it works.
Yeah. So time for listener questions.
Listener cues. Well, let's give some shout outs here. We had some subscriptions. JP Diddy coming in at 26 months.
Who's that guy?
Much.
The Diddlemeister.
Recycled just this second coming in.
Oh, wow. 36 months. He waited until we started talking about
3
this.
years. Booyah. Yeah.
3 years. Wow. 3 years. That's the record. All right. But we also got Burn Division, 16 months. Thank you very much. And we had an anonymous person gifted a sub.
Oh, thanks, man. Hey, Burn, I know you're taking your direction in Magic the Gathering from SOCOM, but then after watching me wipe the floor with him, if you wanna move on to another sensei, I understand. I will be around.
Or you can go to a guy that might give you some advice and just talk to me. And I don't know, man. I'll tell you to spend money.
Oh my God. Do we have an MTG channel yet?
No, we're thinking about it though.
What I
was thinking about, I want to get the DLG.
Well, the rule is if we make a new channel, we have to remove another one.
Yeah. 2.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. You know what? We almost missed this, but let's see. Pyronicons, I'm messing that up. Pyronicons has donated $30.
Hey, man.
Says
Damn,
he has
thank
listened to
you.
every podcast for the last 4 years.
Holy shit! I never heard your name before. Are you on the Discord? What's going on, dude? Let's get to know each other.
Yeah, tell me some stories. I want to know you, man. But no, I was gonna pitch this to you to you guys outside the podcast, but I want to hear it. I want to tell everybody, ask everybody if the community would be excited to not a Magic the Gathering focused podcast or anything, but essentially a member of the DLG crew would play Magic the Gathering with someone from the Discord or something, and they would essentially just shoot the shit. And we'll see if we can stream that, like maybe Fridays or Tuesdays. I don't know. Fuck, sometime. But it'd just be a streaming thing.
I mean, I'm playing enough where I could do. The thing is, the reason that Magic works for me is like I'm in the kitchen. I can literally just walk around and do some baby stuff and all this. I can play and have a life, have take care of all the things that I need to, and also play. That's the only reason it works. I wouldn't be able to like do a stream probably, but maybe a certain time of night.
Yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't have to be a set thing. It just be every now and then. It could be like, hey, we're playing Magic the Gathering tonight in an hour. Someone wants to play from the community.
Come on, Bobo.
Pop in the Discord. Yeah.
You gonna play, Bobo? Come on.
Not if you keep calling me Bobo.
What the fuck? Hey there, Bobo.
Yeah, I don't know. I did have a lot of fun when I played at DLG Con.
Yeah, that's good, dude.
I feel like it'd be a lot if I like made an account, got on there to do the tutorials, started trying to build a deck digitally, because we had the pre-mades at DLG Con. So it was a
All they do is give you pre-mades. That's how they start
Okay.
you. Anyway,
right.
let's get through this.
Yeah, we got some listener questions, and they are thick. First one comes from Morconius. Where would you go if you four had an unlimited budget for a vacation that only you could go on? No wives or kids or friends, but you had to agree on a single location. What sort of activities would you do together, and who would make the first move in the hot tub?
If
Jeez.
it was like a DLG thing, it would be Japan, and we check out the arcade scene. I think. I mean, that would be a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hey, he said 4. I'm in this.
I would be down for
Japan? Though you have a whole world in Japan? I don't know.
What's
not
wrong with you in
convinced.
Japan there, Sniper?
I am convinced I would be the first person to make a move in a hot tub, though. You guys are just kind of bitches about, showing friendly affection in a pool of hot water.
I totally agree.
Just start stroking someone's hair. Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. So, can you think of something better, Chris? Listen, you can't shut something down unless you replace it with a better idea, or at least some idea. Create.
So Spain's
That's true.
running of the Bulls and then Oktoberfest. I don't know. They're not close
Damn.
together in time.
That sounds wonderful. Running with the bull, watching the bulls. I don't want to be like mauled by them. Really, I would watch people get mauled by them.
Okay.
Poor Bulls, man. I've seen video. It's bad. Apparently, they put salt in their eyes and shit to make them like not be able to
Yeah.
see.
Even extra angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do some
Basically
pretty bad
torture.
stuff. So yeah, either that or Oktoberfest.
How do you get them to stand still to put salt in their eyes? I literally
You just have to throw it, Emilio. It's not like, come here, Billy, let me rub it in your eyes. They just throw it.
I'm pretty sure I'd get gored while salting eyes. I feel like that's how my running of the
That's
Bulls
like
experience would go.
somebody named like Lupe is like, Lupe, you gotta salt his eyes. And they're like, okay. And then they get gored and they're like, there goes Lupe.
I'm peeing myself.
She-
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, this next question probably won't apply to you. Warconius also asks, what impact will the GPU shortage have on PC gaming?
You're a jerk.
More low-spec gaming, a boom in cloud gaming, or more filthy traders buying consoles? I feel like,
you go first.
I mean, I haven't bought hardware in a long time. Weren't we already in a GPU shortage? Haven't we been in a GPU shortage for years?
No, I think what he's asking is like, what do you think the further effect of the shortage is going to be? I
don't
think
know,
that's
man.
what he's asking.
People are still finding graphics cards. They're posting them in Discord. It's still happening.
Yeah, but they're like stupid expensive. Like my friend just bought from Nvidia a $490 3060, and I was just like, isn't the 3070 $500? And it's just, I don't know, it's all over the place right now.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I honestly think a lot of people are just not going to upgrade. I mean, there hasn't really been a huge demand for upgrades. I'm still running a 1080 and it runs just about everything I throw at it. It's rare that I come across a game that I can't max the settings on.
Yeah, I think nowadays with the indie game scene, we're gonna see a lot of people not having to upgrade. I think the last game that everybody was like, "Oh my god, I gotta upgrade my GPU," was Cyberpunk, and then even then, that was like at the beginning of this silicone shortage / like GPU shortage. So I don't know. Well, like until there's another game that's actually good. Well, I mean, Cyberpunk is good. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, and I mean, I could still run Cyberpunk, but
Yeah.
I don't know. The last time that seems like a very 2008 conversation. Like you have a game that comes out that demands too much of your graphics card, or maybe that's the last time that I cared about that stuff. I don't know, but like the old joke, can it run Crysis? We don't really have games like that. Like the most popular games run on a friggin' Chromebook.
Because they found out that it's more profitable to be able to run on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and great graphics don't make a great game.
No.
No.
I think people started to realize that.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. There's so many examples of not good graphics, but amazing game.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, next up.
Next question from Zap. So this is a bit of a correction on something we were talking about last week. In the last episode, you mentioned Wario and Waluigi. Wario is in fact Evil Mario and debuted in his own game, Wario Land, on the Virtual Boy. Oh, that was a long time ago. The Wa prefix is Japanese for bad. I feel like I knew that. Waluigi is Luigi's rival and not related to Wario, and made his debut in Mario Tennis. He is also the only non-enemy character in a Mario game not to appear in a mainline Mario game.
Mario facts.
Well, thanks for all that.
No.
Kind of weird. I feel like they would have been, both of them would have been introduced in the same game, and it would have been like some, bizarro.
Well, if you come out with Wario, then I mean, Waluigi seems like a logical place to go. Where's the Wa Yoshi?
The Wario.
He also adds, with all that being said,
Woshi.
Fuck, marry, or kill Wario, Waluigi, and Yoshi. Ew.
I mean, if I had, this is not what I want, but I had to. I definitely fuck the Yoshi, right? Because like, what's going on there, right?
It's got
right?
a long tongue.
Anybody? Right?
It's got that extendo neck, man.
Yeah, and then I'd probably marry Waluigi. I mean, the other one's rather rotund.
Everybody behold Leslie, my wife, and she's gone.
All right.
But no, I'm gonna go. I want those love handles. I gotta get. Fuck. What's his name? Wario. I gotta kill Yoshi because he's fucked me over in Mario Kart too many times, and marry Waluigi because he seems supportive.
Waluigi seems to be the pick for the marriage. Bobby, where are you?
Yeah,
at?
Man. Someone get some fan art of Waluigi and Bobby walking away.
All right. Borconius has a very long.
Jesus Christ,
question.
dude.
Dude, was it a goddamn essay?
Shit. You know what? No. We're just no. That's what
the question is at the end.
Okay.
So basically, he talks about Sleeping Dogs. Now, the game came out in 2014, but it peaked in concurrent users in 2017. And then it went back up again after that. So he is talking about, or his question is, why don't we develop a DLG titty video game that will exist on Steam forever and constantly give us cash flow? So he's saying that the PC is a viable platform because look at Sleeping Dogs. It comes out in 2014, but doesn't peak until 3 years later. So over time, they're actually making quite a bit of money.
It definitely happens. It doesn't. It's the exception, not the.
Some other ones.
Yeah, it's the exception, not the rule. I mean, No Man's Sky had a resurgence.
Well, what's
Rainbow
interesting
S-
about Sleeping Dogs is it's not a service. It's not a game as a service.
it didn't get better. It just
It didn't have a huge patch update or
Yeah.
anything like that. It just all of a sudden, I really wonder why it had that spike in popularity. It must
maybe
have been
one day
string
we'll
related.
just get popular, dude. Without no.
Yeah, one of these days. But it must have been like a streamer playing it.
Christian, that's not terrible.
Wait till I draw you fucking him, dude. It's
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
great.
He's,
Dude, that Yoshi's dummy thick, as the kids say.
He's right. He's doing pornographic Yoshi. This Rule 34 over here, guys. Just so you know what's going
There's
on.
a sadness in the eyes. Confusion.
He knows he's gonna get fucked.
He was expecting Bobby, but he got Emilio, and he knows it's not going to be gentle.
He doesn't even have orifices, and he knows he's gonna get fucked. Oh well. All right.
Okay, one more question, and that is from JP Diddy. He says, World War III begins and ends with a global EMP. Not only do we lose Bobby, but every other electronic device computer is fried, effectively setting us back to the Stone Age of gaming. From the ashes of humanity's technological peak, like the phoenix, DLG rises as the gaming company of the new world. What games do you start with, and how do you evolve your industry?
Jesus Christ. Hashtag Doomscar. That's the reset button in Magic the Gathering. Because I Doomscarred him pretty bad a few times. Besides that, man, what a setup, huh?
Yeah, that's man. We should have like a, you know how we have like the DLG Emmys or whatever the fuck we have at the end of the year. It's like the Game of the Year show. I feel like we should have like a listener question of the year, and that is the fucking current runner right now.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh man, I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I mean, if we're really trying to restart for humanity, there'd probably be educational games on like how to hunt and fish
Math
and all
blasters.
that stuff. Yeah, math blasters.
It's just number crunchers.
It'd be
What are
like
they going to do with that?
because no, not number crunch, but like like Oregon Trail, like
Oregon Trail.
ration, hunt, like those are the important things. I
Not
know
to
that's
get
the answer you're
dysentery.
going for, but if we were trying to kickstart society,
I don't know if Oregon Trail is going to help them.
maybe I smashed the video games, dude. Like maybe it's time to go out there and go hunt, like get to work.
I'm amazed you didn't say. I'm actually floored you didn't say porn or anything pornographic or disgusting. You were like, yeah, let's educate people.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad in some way or another that you're expected
Maybe we could
to
take that
just say
opportunity to
terrible things?
ban like MOBAs and MMOs.
There you go.
Jeez.
Never again.
Never again.
Nick, you got anything?
I'm gonna go like, man. I think I would introduce a game that would, like you said, like that would educate people. Is that Oregon Trail? I don't think so.
I don't think it is either. It was I was making an example.
But I don't know, man. Like, what graphic level are we able to operate? Like, do we just choose any game in existence that we can currently pitch?
Well,
or
I
just
feel like there's no electricity, so we're playing with rocks.
we're playing with fucking rocks here?
You know, this reminds me of a movie about a post-apocalyptic future with violent street gangs that settled their disputes with Dance Dance Revolution. It's called the FP, and it's pretty ridiculous. Somebody,
Oh, is it, Bobby?
yeah. I don't know why I had to tag that on. I mentioned that
got
game on the
sniper
podcast
laughing right
a
now.
long time ago, and one of our listeners told me like, "Oh my god, I love that movie."
Wow.
So people have seen it out there, but yeah.
Wow, Chris. Yeah, that's a masterpiece, man. Is that his saddle or his red asshole? I'm trying to.
Saddle. Why would his
Yeah,
asshole
why
be
is he
above
wearing
his tail?
shoes?
He's your date, man. It's whatever it's whatever you want it to be.
Yoshi wears shoes.
He did. He
Yeah,
wore shoes.
yeah.
Oh, he did. He had like sneakers, like white sneakers, right?
Yeah, he does have shoes.
Okay. Well, not brown shoes.
Yeah. So just to
Sorry,
recap,
They were white when I bought them.
we're tail spinning here, guys. Just to recap, our on the radar was Aliens Fireteam, 12 minutes, Psychonauts 2, Tetris Effect Connected, Road 696. Our game of the weeks was Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance. Don't play it. And then our highlights were the meaning of the word revenge. Oh no, it was Magic the Gathering. Team Fortress 2, Bloodroot, Diablo 2, Resurrected, Free Guy, and Honey Heist.
All right.
Honey Heist is free, by the way. It's just a PDF in case anybody wants to play it with their friends.
So what's everybody playing next week?
So I bought Shield Wall, so hopefully some of that, and then hopefully some Psychonauts 2.
Psychonauts 2, I think I'm going to play some 12 minutes with Leslie. I want to pick up, as weird as it sounds, Hunt Showdown. I watched a YouTube video, like a recent review of it, like what, how it is in 2021. And I just want to set some people on fire, and throw some bees.
But Nick,
So-
we played the. Oh, you mean you just want to play it, not buy it, right?
Yeah, I want to play it again.
Yeah, not with me though.
Yeah. I don't know. If you guys want to play, I'll play with you guys.
I don't know if I'm good enough for that game.
Bobby, you are. You're good enough for any game. Okay, we love you,
My first-person shooter skills are pretty garbage these days. Can't
bro. What did
survive
you
any-
say you were bad at the other day, and you just ended up doing really good? Fuck. It was
Life.
It's that game where you go underground and you're a prisoner. What's that game called?
Oh,
You
You
go
get
underground.
you show up in a gimp suit and you're fighting all these weird things with tentacles.
I have no idea what you're
The
talking
Descent? No. You don't remember?
I'm so
the 4-player co-op, Nick. That one?
4-player co-op. Yeah, you go underground.
You're a prisoner. They
you-
shoot you in with a fucking.
Oh,
I never remember. Oh, get the fuck out.
Yeah, GTFO.
GTFO. Yeah, no, that game was awesome. And you did it great. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
We had a
Bobby's
good
like,
time.
there's a guy over here.
that's
There's a
not
guy
like a
over
real-
there. And then they're dead. And then we play fucking Vermintide and you kick ass there. Bobby, your first person shooter skills are there. Okay.
No,
We're playing
it's
on
not
Showdown.
the first person. He's a tactician. He's in the right place at the right time, and he's directing traffic correctly. And that's
what you
invaluable.
want.
Yeah.
I'll be the guns.
There's a
you be
role
the
like
meat,
that in Hunt
and Bobby can
Showdown,
be the
maybe.
tactician.
All right. Well, I think I would really like to get because Friday has been like the gaming day consistently, although I missed it this Friday. But I'd really like to get like some sort of RPG going with the Friday crew or maybe Stardew Valley. I really want to get back to that game. Yeah.
I'll be down for an RPG, possibly.
Maybe the pirate game.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of
I'm-
Thieves.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to go on sale and I'm saving up my Steam bucks.
Game Pass. Also, the game we're playing next week is on Game Pass. Just do it, Bobby. Just do it. Oh, by the way, I think if you sign up for Crunchyroll, I guess that's not your thing.
Crunching now.
You get 3 months. You get 3 months of Game Pass for free. So I think it's like.
If you
Yeah.
sign up for Crunchyroll, something
not,
that doesn't apply to Bobby.
What
whatsoever.
I'm saying is like for
Street Fighter.
$10 you get 3 months for free. So
Bobby's maybe seen
Yeah.
the total anime like one episode.
Yeah, I think I've seen an anime once.
if anybody has some Game Pass free passes, send them to Bobby because it's just not going to happen, guys.
I get them and then I have them and I don't really use them.
Yeah, but you would because it's the game of the fucking week next week. All right. Speaking for Bobby, Chris, Nick, and myself, psychotic tits. Everyone, bye. Bye. Dun, dun. Rum, bum, ba-dum, ba-bum, bum. Bobby, get Game Pass. Look, Kingsley Beard said it. Do it now. Get to do the chopper.
Yikes. All right.
That was really good. I feel like that was a really charged episode, man.
That was a fucking great episode.
Because I'm drunk.
I'm
Are you?
sick.
However drunk you are, you're perfect level of drunk. You
Thanks,
don't even
man.
seem drunk.
Thanks.
Yeah, you don't.
Riding the line.
Right in the line.
Dude, okay. I don't know. I just wrote it down here to remind me, but on our Twitter messages, check this out. 2015. Congrats, man. You won GTA 5. I'll get the code to you soon. 11:54 a.m. today. Could you give me the code here? Sorry for the late reply.
Dude, wait, how many years was that?
2015.
6
What the
years?
6 years?
And this is a guy named Can of Shit.
Oh no! Oh no!
Chris.
Don't die now.
I don't know if we can honor that. I mean,
Chris, tell him he has to come on for a live interview.
Yeah, he has to come on over a live interview, and we'll give him 2 copies. Fuck it, I'll pay for the
that
second.
game
one.
was free on Game Pass like a couple months ago.
It's free on Game Pass. Just tell
Or
him
not
that.
on Game Pass. I'm sorry, Epic.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez, dude. Yeah, maybe he came out of a coma or something. I don't know.